Have you always wanted to experience StarCraft and StarCraft Brood War's original awesome story, but just can't get through the missions or don't enjoy playing them? Have you ever really wanted to beat the StarCraft campaigns, but just run up against walls that you just can't climb over? Well, I have the perfect solution for you, and it can be summed up with one word: cheat. Hey folks, so I've already talked up how much I really love the story of StarCraft 1 and StarCraft Brood War. They're still some of my personal favorite video game stories of all time. And I've also talked up recently how much I love the StarCraft Mass Recall, this map pack slash mod that lets you experience StarCraft, like the original StarCraft and Brood War, together in StarCraft 2's vastly superior engine and control scheme and graphics. It's still dated, it still shows its age for sure, but nowhere near as much or in the same way as the original StarCraft does at this point. So I cannot recommend it enough, and really do think that the story is worth playing through and kind of experiencing at least once. But I will also say that it's an early RTS, it's one of the early campaign games, and has some missions that are deliberately extremely hard and also are deliberately quite frustrating, which is something that can take some getting used to, especially for new players. And if you want to get into it and try it out and see if you like it, but just get through the story first and foremost, you can literally cheat. And one of the key things that I've talked about in the Mass Recall map pack slash mod is that the original cheat codes still work. And in the last video that I did about Mass Recall, I was called out rightly because I said, hey, the cheat codes still work, and then I didn't use any. So we're going to use them. This is a mission to survive for 30 minutes. I will not play the full 30 minutes. I'm just going to kind of show how it can work. So first, we're going to do power overwhelming. And I should say, you hit enter to open the chat, and then you type just normally, and then you hit enter again to save it. And I'm not sure if that actually worked. Now we check as we send this vulture in here. See if it worked. If it didn't, I may have to figure out it did. Look at that. So observe, my vulture is now invincible. So there was no confirmation saying that the cheat had been enabled, but he is clearly taking hits and is not taking any damage. And as a bonus, the cheat codes are not only enabled in this, they've actually been improved. Because one of the issues with the cheat is that your units are invincible, but they don't do... there it is. But they do damage so slowly that it makes the game tremendously boring. So the developers of this, I believe they did this, I don't remember this from the original, have actually improved the cheat codes to where your units are also dramatically more powerful. So not only are they invincible, but they also kill things faster. So if you actually want to clear the campaign and mission, you can, and it doesn't take anywhere near as long as it did before. So that's great. So power overwhelming, power space overwhelming, makes your units invincible and do dramatically more damage. Operation Seawall, C-W-A-L spelled out, makes your building insanely fast. So observe, I will build a thing. Bloop, and look at that bar just go, and done. And then we have show me the money, all separate words, and watch my resources bar on the top right. Bloop. And those are the ones that I really honestly recommend. There are other ones too, but if you want to cheat, honestly, the show me the money and the invincibility one are the two best. At minimum, the invincibility one will just give you some breathing room, right? If you're about to lose horribly and you want to just go ahead and go through it, yeah, if you want to just like survive for a bit so you get a reset, you can do that. Or if you're hurt really badly where you can recover but you don't have the resources to do it, or you just don't want to worry about resource management but still want to play the game, you can do that show me the money, which is kind of a great one. But yeah, so now you're obviously not seeing how the game works, but you are kind of experiencing the gameplay at least a little bit, and you can play through the mission very quickly without the stress, as just like an easy relax. If you are banging your head against a mission that's particularly challenging, it is deeply satisfying to just dunk on it, just like this, where it's like, I've got 5 Marines and a vulture? Vulture. I've got 5 Marines and a vulture, I'm just going to dunk on your entire army. Look at me, I'm invincible. That can be very satisfying, and just to win it. There are also a couple other cheat codes as well, but most of them involve actually ending the mission. And since my big focus is to actually still play the game at least a little bit, and to make sure you catch the story moments, most importantly of all, I just am not going to cover those. We'll just focus on these ones. I will also include in the description, there are cheat codes as well for StarCraft 2 they're different. They do the same things, but they are different keywords. So I'll go ahead and link a article that covers those in the description, so you have that too. Anyway, so that's it. And totally honestly, like, who cares if you cheat? Whatever. This is an ancient game. You are decades behind. Cheating in single player will give you no advantages in multiplayer any way you play against anyone. It is only there as a way to kind of facilitate getting through the story of the game and get through the game kind of quickly. My personal impression is that the cheat codes were added as developer tools, as just a way to kind of be able to test out the game, so you could jump in and be like, I will have 1,000,000 resources so I can test this thing and just not worry about the resources. But who knows? Maybe they were just added to add an extra Easter egg for players to find. I don't know. Somebody knows. But yeah, so there we go. I won't go ahead and make this too long. I wanted to keep this a relatively short video, and also to demonstrate the actual cheat codes and talk about what they were. So how to enter them, what they are, what they do, why to use them. Yeah, and of course there's no penalty for this. You still get the achievements, I think. They may turn off the achievements. You still get the story progression, the progression from the missions, that's fine. And then if you at any point want to try again without cheating, you are totally free to do so. You can even turn the cheat codes on and off within the same mission, although you can't give back the construction and resources you got from the Operation Seawall and Show Me the Money. But you can turn off Invincibility and have your Invincible squad just, you know, do what they do, if you want to do that. But that's it. So I wanted to go ahead and keep this short. Go ahead and apologize to my viewer who was particularly upset that I did not demonstrate any cheat codes, and just make sure to highlight this. I am loving getting back into StarCraft 2 with my nephews. And really enjoying talking up StarCraft 1 while we're at it, and hoping that this is one of the ways that I can kind of experience that in a very efficient way. Because again, it can be extremely frustrating. And yeah, again, you can always face yourself later with the challenge of, you know, playing through the missions without cheating, but it's hard to go back to the game, and any advantage you can have to actually get through it, I think is worthwhile. So anyway, there you go, cheat codes. How to win it. Cheating for fun and profit. Yeah, and that's it. I hope your weekend is going terrifically. I am recording this fairly late at night before Mother's Day, which I'm very, very excited about. So this short video will be coming out on Mother's Day, and hopefully you take a minute to call and hug and get flowers for the mothers in your life. Anyway, cheers. Until next time.